Hi everyone, good evening. So come and take a seat. You don't have to sit here cross-legged, you could sit with legs long, you could kneel or even lay down. Bring your thumb and your forefinger together or hands at heart center, whatever feels right for you tonight. Sit up tall and when you're ready, close your eyes. Just give your shoulders a little bit of a roll here and let them drop down. Draw your head back so your neck is long. And then take a nice deep breath in and out. See if you can soften your face. So soften behind the eyes, across the cheeks to the ears, the lips, the gums, the tongue. Feel your seat bones into the ground. Notice your fingers. Notice your toes. Come back to your breath, in and out through the nose. Drop your chin to your chest. Feel the weight of the head there. Open and close your eyes a few times until you're ready to keep them open. And then lift your head. So let's come to all fours. And let's start here with cat and cow. So exhaling and rounding through the back. Inhaling and arching through the spine. Remembering the neck is part of the spine, so when we round the back, dropping the head. When we arch the back, lifting the chin. Once you're ready, lift one leg. So as we inhale, we extend the leg and arch, and then we round. Now I'm going to stay on one leg, but if you need to keep swapping, that's fine. And we're just starting to play with this knee a little bit. So you can bring the knee out to the side. You can bring the knee across to the opposite shoulder. So whatever feels good for you. Still arching, still rounding. Push back to child's pose just so you can give your wrists a bit of a rest. Shake them out if you need to. And then come back to all fours. And start again, do the other side. Exhale, knee in. Inhale, leg long. Remember you could come to fists if you need to. Or even to forearms. Come and lay on your fronts now. Bring hands under shoulders, but we're not really putting any weight through them now. Roll the shoulders up and back, squeeze the shoulder blades together and look over one shoulder and then look over the other. And then lower yourself back down. Inhale, roll those shoulders back again, squeeze shoulder blades, look and look. One more time. Push back to child's pose. Exhale. Now as you inhale, rock forward, so shoulders come above knees, above hands, and then exhale and push back. We're still arching and we're still rounding. Now you can stay just with this, or you can start to challenge your upper body a bit more and make this more into a striking crocodile. So we'll strike through and then we'll push back. Inhale, exhale. You can make it even more challenging by coming to an up dog. Or you can stay higher like we were at the beginning. Let's do one more. Step one leg through, I don't mind which. And just before we go anywhere else, give your hands a little bit of a shake and a stretch if you need to. Take a breath in, reach back into crescent moon and extend through the arms, drop the shoulders. Hands come to the thighs now and lengthen back that thigh. Or if you want a bit more, hands coming down. Change legs when you're ready. Lengthening the front leg. Inhale to all fours, exhale to down dog. And let's walk through the feet here. Press through the fingers and the thumbs, let the head come through the arms. And then rest on knees. Let's just take a twist. Bring one arm through, 2 breaths. And change. Now we're coming back to down dog. If your wrists have had enough, roll onto your back. Bring your knees into your chest and then take the knees side to side. Otherwise, push back up. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, push through the hands to tip the tailbone high. And then exhale, press the heels away. Breathe in, heels lift. Breathe out, legs bend. Breathe in, tip, breathe out. One more, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and breathe out. Now walk your feet into your hands. If you're on your back, just come and join me in forward fold. Let's bring elbows to thighs, let the head hang. Inhale and rise. Bring the arms up, hands together, then bring the hands to the forehead. And lift the chest here into a back bend. Release the arms down. Come and face front. Now have your feet hip distance to start with in this breath sequence. Inhale and then exhale into chair pose, long arms. Breathe in, reach up and back. Keep hands together and bring them forward as you roll down. And then find a flat back. On your next exhalation, find chair pose again. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe into flat back. Breathe out to chair pose. Now if you can, bring your feet together. We're staying here this time. Bring knees together too. Lengthen arms. And stay for 3 or 4 breaths. We're coming to forward fold afterwards, so if you need a break, just come forward earlier. Check your lower back's not too arched. Focus on the breath. You can stay there for a bit longer if you want, but when you've had enough, come forward with me. Let the back of the legs stretch, let the shoulders soften. Step your feet to hip distance again. On your next exhalation, return to chair pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale to flat back. Exhale to chair pose. Inhale to reach back. Exhale. Inhale to flat back. Exhale to chair pose. Now this time bring your feet together. Make sure you're not too arched in your lower back. Bring your arms wide now. Have your palms down and see if you can squeeze your shoulder blades together as you stay here, feeling the work in the legs. Excuse me if I'm not smiling very much. I've got an ulcer. It's hard to smile. Exhale, come forward. Bring your feet a little wider and either stay here in forward fold, or we could have a go at gorilla pose. Gorilla pose, we pass the hands under the feet. You want to get the whole of the foot on the hand, so really want the big toes on the pads of the thumb. And then relax the head and hang like a gorilla. Release and roll up. Take a big sweep. Bring your hands to your heart center and come and step wide. Now find a squat position. Make sure your knees are going out in line with your toes. Come as low as you can. Focus on your breath. Now I want you to lift your left heel. I want you to come right up onto the ball of that foot. And if you can, I want you to stay for a couple of more breaths. If you need to straighten out, just straighten out. Otherwise, stay. Feel the work in the thigh. And then release. Come up, open the arms, turn your left foot out. So we're setting up warrior two. So let's come into it. Let's check the knees above the ankle, square the hips to me. Inhale, turn the palm up and exhale to sun warrior. Now keep this arm really long if you can, something I'm working on, not letting it bend. So see if you can stretch that arm long, feel your side bend. We're going to travel from here to extended warrior with the breath. So inhale to extended warrior. Exhale. Inhale to sun warrior. Exhale. Now see if you can keep that leg bent. Inhale. Exhale. And if you want more, take this arm away. Inhale, exhale. One more. Inhale, exhale. Keep opening to the front. Inhale, exhale. Straighten the leg. Turn your feet to face forward. This is a grimace now. And then just come forward and stretch. Stay there for a moment. Shake out your upper body if you need to. And then roll back up. So come back to your squat. Find your breath again. This time your right leg lifts or right heel. In through the nose, out through the nose. Heel down, let's rise and set up your warrior two, turning your right foot out. Bend the leg, check your stance. Lift the arm and find your sun warrior. Inhale, exhale, hand to the ground if you want. Inhale, exhale. Now I'm staying with the arm touching the thigh this time, but remember you can release and work with the arms off. So you can be here with me or you can be here. One more. And then come forward again. Hands come to the thighs, roll up. Find your squat one more time. It's nearly over. Now, here's your challenge. Can you lift both heels? Can you stay both heels off? 4 breaths. And then heels down and rise. So step in and give your legs just a little bit of a shake. No balances today after all of that. I'd like you to come and kneel. You can face me. We're going to kneel up. Bring hands to hips. And first of all, I want us to lengthen through the thigh. So I want you to squeeze your bottom to push your hips forward. And see if you can get a stretch here. So we're not really going into a back bend yet. Just feeling the stretch here in the thighs. Come back to neutral. So I'm going to take us into just a modified camel. If you don't like it, you could just keep doing what we just did, pushing the hips forward. Otherwise, I want you to draw in, draw the belly in, draw up, so you've got some protection. And I want you to inhale and lift your left arm and push your hips forward, but by coming into a back bend. So I'm less here in the thighs, I'm more in my back. And then if you can, you might even want to curl your toes under. You could reach back to your heel. Make sure you're not side bending. Come back up if you need to. Inhale to come out of it. Come to all fours and round the back. Inhale, come back up. This time let's lift the other arm. Tighten the abdominals. Find your back bend. Keep breathing. Inhale and then come to all fours and round out the back again. And come and lay on your front. So I'm taking you into bow pose now, but I'll give you some options. So first of all, I want you to reach your right arm forward. And then we're keeping the right arm on the ground and we're lifting the left leg. Now I want the hip to stay down. I don't want the leg to lift like that. And I want you to push that right hand, if I said right hand, whatever arm I said, opposite arm and leg, into the ground so you lift your chest. So it's another back bend. Now, if you want more, reach back and see if you can take this foot. So you're still pushing into the ground with this hand, but now you're pushing this foot that I've got hold of into your other hand. Let's release. Let's change sides. So you've got one arm under your shoulder, the other arm forward. So we lift opposite arm. Well, we're lifting opposite leg, we're pushing through the opposite arm. I don't actually want you to lift that, I want you to push through it. And then you can stay there, or you can reach back and take this further. Now take a rest. You might want to stay here, some of you. Other people might want to push back for a moment. So we're going to do it again, and you've got the option to do either of the two we just did, or have a go at doing both legs. So we're going to do it on the breath this time. So if you've got one leg, you'd inhale to lift, you'd exhale to come down a little bit, and we're doing 3 breaths on one side. Or you see if you can reach both. So we inhale, 1 or 2, we exhale and soften a little bit. Inhale, lift again, exhale. Now on this last one, can you push the foot or the feet into the hands to stretch the chest, and then soften and relax. Push back if you want to. If we did one leg, change legs. I'm just going to go with one leg this time. Or if you did both legs, go with both legs again. So let's inhale to lift. Exhale, lower a little bit. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. This time let's all push back to child's pose. So come and sit now. I know your lower back might be a little bit achy, but that will ease off. I want you to drop your knees to your right. So you've got both legs bent. You're leaving your right hand on the ground and you're going to push up and sweep the arm over. So we're looking at pushing the hips forward to get a stretch in the hips and getting a side bend. Now those of you that can, you can kind of turn this into more of a back extension again. You can lift the chest, you can take the arms back. And release, come down. Bring your legs back to the center and drop them the other way. Inhale. Exhale. Find your side bend. Find your back bend if you want to. and release. Now bring your legs forward. I don't want them to go really wide, but I also don't want them to be together. So let's start with maybe a foot distance. So if you're on a mat, close to the edge of the mat. Then I want you just to slowly walk your hands down. So you're really letting your back round out. Sometimes I ask you not to, but I really want you to let your back round. You might get a stretch in your legs, but I want your lower back to get a chance to soften here. Now, because we're in this position where we're not too wide and not too narrow, I get a bit more of a stretch in the outside edge of the back of my thighs. So if you're getting it in your inner thigh, bring your feet in a bit closer to each other. You might be able to walk your bottom back a bit more and relax further over. Inhale and lift up, and just bring hands behind you, push through the chest. This time put your left foot or left ankle over the right ankle. Let's inhale to get a bit of length this time, and then exhale and come forward. Now you'll get this stretch more in one leg than the other, and just enjoy the stretch. Soften shoulders, tuck chin. Inhale and rise, lift arms, change legs. Exhale, come forward. Breathe in, sit up, bring your hands behind you and uncross. Either just lift the chest there, or if you can tonight, bend the legs and push up. So just to counterpose all the forward folds that we just did. Some of you might want to do this with straight legs. Come and sit and bring the soles of the feet together. Now if you want to, you could just rock a little bit here. And then when you're ready, you can just come over. So you should get a stretch in your inner thighs, but this is quite nice for the back too. If you're more flexible than me, you might need to put hands in front. If this is uncomfortable, you can have legs wide. And begin to just focus on your breath here. Inhale, bring your legs long. Exhale, cross your right leg over. Just a quick or short twist to finish. So let's just turn to the right. Inhale and exhale. And then change legs. Turn, breathe in, breathe out. Find a position to finish in. Bring those hands back to where we started. Eye gaze down. And just notice if you feel any different. I always feel a lot taller, like I can sit up a lot taller. So tap into any changes in the body. If you have more time and you want to sit here for longer or even lay down after I've gone, then please do. Focus on your breath. Remember, it's really important to take this time out for yourself, to keep yourself fit, to keep your mind clear. When you're ready, take a big breath in. Bring your hands to your heart center, all the way down. Namaste.